What's going on, everyone? Oh, yes, we are back here with another wrestling rant to go over all the wrestling I consumed over the last week. Today, we're going to be talking about Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, and AEW's All Out pay-per-view. Boy, oh boy, I mean, we got twists and turns, we got all kinds of things, we got staple guns, barbed wire, light tubes, cages, all kinds of shenanigans, and most of it just happened on one show. So here we go, let's get to it. On Raw, the big, everybody know the big angle on Raw is the Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan thing. And I must say, Rhea Ripley is a megastar. She comes out, I mean, she gets such a pop. I'm like, good Lord, man, her pop rivals some of the men baby faces. I'm like, it's bigger than some of them even. I'm like, Rhea's right up there with Cody and Roman right now, honestly, and the type of reaction she's getting from the crowd, which is crazy, but I like that for her. You can see when they enjoy the crowd. I mean, Priestess, Rhea Ripley is, you can see like, man, this is crazy. And I mean, the past week they had the week ago we talked about their pay-per-view Bash in Berlin, and how everyone just singing all the songs, and man, it's incredible right now. When you're facing WWE, man, the crowd just loves you. I mean, Raw matches, I mean, again, we talk about the matches. Yeah, there were the matches. Nothing to write home about. Nothing too crazy. Nothing stood out extraordinary other than them setting up the further matches. I mean, the Drew and CM Punk thing, yeah, they got to conclude a Hell in a Cell. Because one, they 1-1, first of all. And two, I mean, the way Drew just beat up CM Punk on Monday night was nuts. I mean, man, he broke the bracelet and put the pieces in his mouth. I'm like, that bracelet has been everywhere but sanitized. You gonna stuff it in his face. Gross. But so we got that going. I can't wait for that match, because that strap match they had was pretty good. So I can see how that escalates. With Rhea and Liv, that match has come to a head too, where they compete for the titles. I know Damian and Rhea gonna keep on messing with the Judgment Day, as they should. You know, so that feud's going well. Big Bronson Reed, after, you know, he took out Braun Strowman the week before, but now Braun Strowman was back with, you know, struggling with rib issues and everything like that. So they're still giving Bronson Reed his big monster push, which I'm glad about. You know, let's see a big monster heel on Raw, because Raw's been lacking him. I don't know what to call it, why it's 6. I don't know if they're heels, faces, what have you. But Raw definitely needs a monster heel, and I like that they're positioning Bronson for that role. Also with Braun Breaker. So yeah, I know he's gonna be competing soon for the Intercontinental title. He's gonna be defending that, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Jay's time to get it, because Jay is so over now. He has to have a singles title at some point, and it has to get at some point soon before the end of this year. Because if not, what was the hype for? Like in reality, what was the hype for? But all in all, that was Raw. I mean, Rhea and Damian and Jay teamed up against Judgment Day. They won the match or whatever, because Rhea had her leg clipped. Got tied. That was a pretty nasty looking spot too. Her leg twisted up like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's good. She's just selling it. But at the same time, like, that didn't look comfortable. So that was Raw. NXT. I don't know what happened on it, because I fell asleep. I was like, yeah, we'll watch NXT. 8:07, I don't know what happened. I woke up, it was 10. I was like, well, there's that. Dynamite. Oh, Dynamite. Whenever there's a Jericho on the screen, a Chris Jericho on the screen, and they had him interacting with the EVPs about that ugly yellow jacket. It's so bad. Jericho needs to retire immediately. And the Young Bucks make me want to turn my TV off. Not change the channel. I just don't want to look at TV when they come on, because it's so hokey, and nothing they say means anything. Nothing they say does anything. Nothing they say is intimidating. They're not good heels. They're mid-card heels at best, and they're the comedy heels at that. They're not the serious ones. And they're trying to portray serious, but at the same time, they keep on doing these little goofy comedy sections in there that no one cares for because it's not even funny. They keep doing that. Oh, it's so aggravating. Seeing them on the TV. And Jack Perry. Dang, so I'm kind of the best wrestler. Cutting this pro and all this jazz. I'm like, okay, whatever. Jack Perry, he shouldn't win by all stretches and by all accounts. He shouldn't be anywhere near Bryan Danielson. But it's just bad. And I mean, those matches, everyone's diving, everyone's doing flippity-doos and the whole nine. So those are their matches. Just standard matches that go too long and everyone does a whole lot of dangerous stuff in them. Then we got SmackDown. I mean, again, match for the matches. Man, nothing to write home about. The Profits, the main event was the Street Profits and DIY against the Bloodline, and which, Jacob Fatu got a chance to showcase his skills, which made him look like the monster that pushed him to be. Everything else in between that, I mean, was what it was. I'm glad Bayley got her win, which she needed that. I'm just ready for the Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jackson to come to a head where Tiffany cashes in on her. Because it's going to happen. I mean, like, it's beyond obvious. But just ready for that cash in for that. And LA Knight, him and Escobar. I mean, the match was decent enough. I'm just not an Escobar fan. But to me, honestly, Escobar, he looks a whole lot like Rush from AEW. They look just alike, except Escobar he actually has facial hair, and Rush kind of has his style a little differently. So yeah, that was SmackDown for the most part in a nutshell. Now we move on to AEW All In. Okay. Now, I didn't pay for this pay-per-view, but I saw every match. I mean, it's all on X/Twitter. Every match and the important parts of the match too are on there. Few things about that pay-per-view that worried me. When Willow fought in her match, against Statlander, when she flipped off the table, Willow managed to get away. But Statlander's leg caught her, and it looked like it slammed right. I was like, yo, I'm surprised she didn't have a concussion. With how hard she slammed on her head after she got off the table. I'm like, Jesus, someone's gonna get seriously hurt. I mean, she finished the match. She still lost the match. After a bump like that, having survived, I'm like, yo, you can at least give her the win, man, because good grief. She still lost the match. Then we got, just all types of chaos. The Young Bucks, of course, they won their match. Whoopity-doo. Okada won his. No surprise there. And their matches were nothing to even talk about because, man, they were terrible. Just so the fakeness, those little stupid forearm shots. My goodness, I can't. It's not real. It's not remotely connecting with people, and I'm supposed to buy this. And everyone's getting up off of every move. Nothing means anything. It's like I'm playing a video game. It's really like you're watching a video game at this point. Like you're watching a video game where nothing matters, no rules mean anything, nothing hurts anybody, and there are no consequences for it. Now, getting on to the big matches for me. MJF and Daniel Garcia. That shouldn't have been a big match because Daniel Garcia is mid-level. That's what it is. And having MJF try and make him into a star that he isn't quite at yet is doing a disservice to MJF. Now, MJF won the match. They tried to shake hands at the end, but he tried to low blow him. He blocked it and the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Bad. That's how that went. It was flat. I'm like, he's not that caliber of a star to do that. Then we got the Bryan Danielson match against Jack Perry. Now, to be fair, they did some really athletic stuff. Danielson looked good. Jack Perry looked good too because Danielson is a professional and is going to make his opponent look good. He didn't let Jack's worst instinct get the better of him, and they had a fairly decent match. I can say that. I'm glad Jack Perry lost, but the end of it, with the Bullet Combat Club turning on him, when Claudio Cesaro, whatever his name is, gave Danielson that uppercut, and he just sat down like, what? He sat down like someone had taken his bike. That's how he looked, like someone had taken his bike. Not someone had just hit him. Not his friend just hit him. Not his friend just hit him hard. No, you're like, I can't believe you would do that. He hit you. You react to the hit, other than just a state of shock. But that wasn't the worst. That was not the worst. The absolute worst was Jon Moxley. You put a plastic bag over his face. Now, that he should have torn open if he had any else, if Danielson was, had any common sense, he would just tear the bag open. It's plastic. Just stick your fingers in and pull. It's not that hard. But Moxley put a plastic bag over his face to suffocate him. The crowd began to chant, "This is murder." You may not want to do that. I don't see how that's going to garner you a good TV deal, pay-per-view deal. And this sponsorship deal you're looking to get, that ain't going to do it. Telling that is not it, man. Putting a plastic bag over someone's face and suffocating, and to give the illusion that you're suffocating them. Ooh. Ugh. And that won't all either. That was by far horrendous. One of the worst things I've ever seen in wrestling. I've seen pretty bad stuff. I mean, Big Boss Man fed Al Snow's dog to him. Okay? He fed his dog to him. He fed his dog to him. It granted kayfabe, but it's still, though, the storyline, he fed his dog to him. But this was way worse. You put a plastic bag to show the heinous act you're doing. What is this? What is this? But again, that wasn't it. Then we got Swerve and Hangman Page. Swerve has broken into his main house, nearly committed a crime of kidnapping, which is a serious federal offense. Now, Hangman Page burned down the man's house. That is arson, which is also a felony. I don't know how these things are wrestling related. I mean, we've seen wrestlers break in other wrestlers' homes and things like that. We've seen that angle, home invasion angle. Yeah, that's true. That's happened before. But burning it down, like that's a whole nother thing there. That's a whole nother thing there. So I hope there was a dummy. I hope it was a demo house or a dummy house or whatever. But I don't know, man. Tony Khan, he got the money for it, and he's a big enough mark to do it where he would actually buy a house to burn it down. He got the money for it. So I don't know. I really hope it was a demo. They just didn't buy a house to burn it down, because that is absurd. That is the most absurd thing ever. During their match, they had barbed wire, center blocks, staple guns, everything. All of it unnecessary. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, they're going to feel all that match. All of them. So, this is my weekend wrestling wrap up. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all got on those. Peace.